Good morning, fitness knocking. I'm Beth, and I just want to show you some exercises that you could do throughout COVID for stress and anxiety, just to relieve any stress and anxiety you have. We'll just show you some examples. Just roll over your sit bones side to side, just into that root chakra. Then as you come to a nice, comfortable seated posture, we're going to tune into Ujjayi breath to unite your body, mind, and spirit. You can keep your hands at your knees or in prayer pose. And we want to draw in cool air through the nose, make an audible inhale. And sigh it out, long exhale. Think of making the sound of the sea at a distance, drawing in and letting go. We'll just continue that as long as necessary to bring more sense of calm to your body. And then we'll start just to demonstrate a few poses. First pose is Baddha Konasana, where the soles of the feet come together. If it's hard for you to place your knees out to the side, you can always prop them up on books or blocks just to have some support. And we'll just start to rotate into your pelvic area to soften your hips. Just let your knees draw out to the sides, no pressure on any joints or any veins in the legs. Just rotate, flowing with your breath. And reverse that direction. Softening in those hip flexors. And that is a Baddha Konasana movement. And then we're going to come down to the stomach. It could be on a blanket with the pelvis. We're going to slowly come down onto the front body, and we're going to work on the shoulder area where we tend to hold tension. So we're going to take your right palm, threading the needle across the top of the chest, left elbow stacked over the right. And you could take a prop to rest your forehead onto. I'm going to separate those back shoulder blades, palms faced up. Create a little movement in your fingers. Hold this for a minute or two. Then you want to switch the right elbow over the left. Hold that for 1 or 2 minutes, as long as it's comfortable. And we'll take the palms to the side of the chest, and we'll press up. We'll come into restorative child's pose. So it's a good idea to separate the knees wide, big toes to touch in the back as you draw the hips down to the heels. Maybe place a block under your forehead. Always good to use props. I feel totally supported here. Breathing into your back body. Feeling that release in your lower back. And wide angle child's pose. Hold that for as long as comfortable. Another pose we could do for stress is cat and cow. So I'll demonstrate from the side. You want to come to the tops of your feet. Knees are as wide as hip distance, knees under the hips. And as you exhale, we're going to draw the belly button up to the spine, tuck that tailbone, chin to chest, deep cat. Inhale, we soften the elbows, bring the chest through, lift the gaze and tailbone, concave the spine. Exhale, nice round into the back, stretching that fascia along the back body. Inhale, cow, just think of opening the chest. And you do this, moving in and out, exhaling into cat, inhaling into cat. This is an example of cat-cow. Then we're going to just tuck your toes under, sitting back to the heel to stretch the backs of the feet. And this pose is more for if you've been doing yoga for a long time, but it's very distressful. Come up to kneel, knees hip distance apart, toes still tucked under. Reach for the back of that right heel, shifting the front of the hips forward in modified camel pose. And we'll press up and switch sides. Always do both sides. Opening to the chest. And slowly come up. And maybe this time bring the knees together. Shift the hips back. And stack your forearms in closed angle child's pose. Never decompress your lower back. You want to uncompress it. Compress your back.